Hello, welcome back to the 365 days of manifest. Can't say it every day. Listen, I'm not going to edit a thing. Hello, welcome back to 365 days manifesting experiment. And we're in day 7. And I would say that day 7 is about paying attention to what you notice. It was a quiet day today. I went to my therapist last week, and we talked a lot about my ability to do really well on my own, but I have to be really on my own. Like, mixing people in with me triggers my old traumas, my own stuff, my old stuff, and that's what I've been trying so hard not to have triggered. And when I'm by myself, I don't get triggered. When I start interacting with the people who are in my inner circle, I get more triggered. And I noticed today that I got triggered a couple times. And it was only small stuff, but it was like I get so mad at myself when I get triggered over things that I know are kind of dumb. Or why do I care? I really don't know. But that was kind of my, what do you call it, when the paradox of my day? Because the earlier part of the day was I got up at around 8 something or other. I was supposed to get up at 6-ish to go to yoga for 7. Now, truth be told, my alarm went off at 6:04, and I thought, I'll hit snooze. I've been telling myself, don't hit snooze. I just was tired, so I hit snooze. Then I woke up at 8 something. Guess what? Yoga was long gone. So I thought to myself, oh man, I could just kick my own ass for that, right? You know, told you not to hit snooze. Instead, I went, I needed to sleep. Who cares? So I ended up putzing around a little bit, took the dog for a walk, and was thinking, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And that's a sentence I say to myself a lot. And I thought, don't do anything that you don't want to do today. It's Saturday. So it is Saturday, right? So we ended up really putzing around. I figured out how to post a video on my story that combines the picture with, well, I still didn't get it all right, but the picture with a song. I don't know. I like to learn, I like to learn. This is teaching me. This stuff is teaching me. So I just like to learn. And so I did that for a little while, and then we took the dog. I took the dog for a walk because I haven't done enough of that lately, and I haven't taken care of myself, like I said yesterday, the way I would like to. I still didn't today. I'll tell you that after. But yesterday I said, I'll tell you after. So anyway, so we walked for 3 miles. It was a beautiful day. It was 35 degrees, but it was a beautiful day. So we walked and we had a great time out in the weather, and it was really fun. And I always like walking with her because, especially when there's nobody around, because we just get to think a lot and appreciate and notice how beautiful things can be, whether it's a tree. Some of the trees had snow on them, and the snow was dropping, and then the sun was shining, and it wasn't too breezy, and I was walking by the water, and the coves and the inlets are so beautiful, and the lobster boats are all out there docked up, next to their buoys, but there weren't a lot out. And so you get to see those, and the houses are empty this time of year because everybody is off doing their own thing. And so living elsewhere, so the houses are all closed down, so the streets are quiet. So all this is like a deep appreciation for me because it's just so nice. So that was my and then walking in the paths in the woods. And so again, my whole thing today was just very peaceful. And so about 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'd get back, I'd bring the dog back in. Just yesterday, I said to you guys, oh, in January this year, I gave up the first few days, I gave up alcohol and sugar and fried foods, and I went out for 2 beers and a cheeseburger and French fries. So at any rate, whatever. But I felt, I feel good. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, we'll get a good look at a good gander at what the reaction has tomorrow. Um, but I still feel good about it because that's just how it is. But for me, the manifestation around things is how do I incorporate manifesting with good feelings when I get triggered? Because of the evening this afternoon, later this afternoon, I had some interaction with a family member, and they weren't really doing anything wrong, but I got defensive because I wasn't sure if they were being catty, catty, catty. You know what I mean? And so, because sometimes we are catty as a family, and it's not a pleasant experience anymore for me. And I've been trying to express that for a long time now, a couple of years. Like during COVID, I started to recognize that I couldn't do the mean-spirited cattiness anymore. And that's me. But what do I do, right? What do you do there, right? So I just keep sticking with it. And what I fear is that family will drop away because the manifesting philosophies are around the fact that you will bring the right people into your life and the people who aren't right will fall away. And I don't want my family to fall away. But at the same time, I see it happening, and I'm thinking, like, on top of that, I feel guilty because I think, am I doing that? Am I causing them to fall away because I'm manifesting a different thing? And so anyway, I'm very good at taking the blame on for the world, and then acting like I'm not. So it's very paradoxical. That's my word of the day. Paradoxical experience. So anyway, so what does that have to do with manifesting? I think what it has to do with manifesting is just being very aware and conscious and accepting of how you're feeling and acknowledging how you're feeling and clearing up how you're feeling without necessarily forcing yourself to be somewhere, someplace, and something that you're not. So I think that was my lesson for the day for me. Um, Overall, very good day. Feeling very lucky. Felt very unstressed, even though I got some stressful couple weeks coming up, which I'm thinking is, like for me in my brain, one of the things I'm trying to do. This is the last point I'll make. I have a tendency to feel inadequate about what I do because I always think that someone's doing it way better than me, which there usually is somebody doing it way better than me. But uh, I think the responsibilities I have on this project are feeling like somebody could do it really well and I'm sucking at it. And so I'm scrambling trying to get better at it in the immediate. And it's like, it's a really tall order. And I think I just have to go with the flow and say, like, stop pressuring yourself so much and just let happen what happens, because I can't control external factors. And as good as I am at playing chess in my head around, if I do this, then this can happen, and then that can happen, and then this can happen, and then the picture can form. And I'm very good at that piece with time. Like, you got to have time when you're doing that. It's very hard to like do that when you have to psychologically deal with things. And sometimes things have to fall into place. And I don't have time for things to fall into place unless they just happen on their own. So I think that's how I'm going into the rest of the week is, hey, guess what? Shit's gonna happen, people. Let's see what happens. I'm sure the people who are paying me are like, no, we don't want to just see what happens. We need you to do X, Y, and Z. But having said that, they already recognize that I feel like we're on a very tall order and I'm not going to panic because they are. So That's another thing I do. I don't panic when someone else is panicking. I panic on my own, but I don't panic in front of other people. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me for day 7. I hope you are taking at least one thing away when I talk, because that would be beneficial for you. In the meantime, I'm very excited about continuing to do this because I really think it's going to be special over time what I have uh, evolved and what has evolved, and also what other people might pick up on it as well. So, yay! Bye. Happy Saturday, and see you tomorrow. Bye.